YouTube, Kimberzelik here, and somehow I feel like I'm way in the bottom of the picture. As long as I'm in the picture. Well, I don't even need to be in the picture. My name is Kimberzelik, and this is my channel, and this is what I have. I started doing this about a year ago, December of 2020. No, it's December of 2019. So I did all of 2020, and I'm now into 2021, learning how to do this from watching you, following your advice, and heeding your comments. Steve Lang last week did a video on a Tailstock Die Holder. And it just so happens that I own a Tailstock Die Holder. I bought on Little Machine Shop. Perfectly adequate. The only difference is in his and this one has an MT2 taper to go into the tailstock, which is beneficial for the mini lathe because of the mininess of it. So I got some materials. I spent more time preparing the materials today than, well, anyway. I'm going to start with a piece of hex. I have my knurling abilities are almost non-existent. So I'm thinking for the body, I'm going to go with a piece of hex. And for the MT2 taper, I have approximately 6 inches of 12L14. And if I already have one of these, you ask yourself, why are you making another one? Well, this one takes 2 different size dies, and actually this one might work in there, but not really. I don't think it's going to stay centered. This other round one is 13. Will actually work in there. So maybe I don't need to do this project after all. Yeah, I'm still going to need something to do these small hexes. This is a 5/32, or should be a 5/32. Well, this is 5, this is 256, and this is 6/32. So I have a whole set of these small hexes that do not necessarily fit this die holder. It is going point to point. It is a 1/16 of an inch smaller in diameter, which doesn't allow itself to be centered up in that die holder. So I'll be putting the compound back on the mini lathe, and working on this piece first, cutting a Morris taper number 2. And then we're going to determine what the through hole in this is going to be. And we'll go ahead and turn this down to that dimension as well. So, let's bring you over here to another camera mount here. Okay, the first piece that I'm going to do is is this piece here. I set my compound up and getting ready to do that, and well, just way too much stick out, so I revised the plan. First I am going to turn this side, and once I get it down to ½ inch-ish, I'll be able to go through my spindle and get this work closer to the chuck. So that'll be the first operation, the first step. I'm not sure if I'm qualified to call anything I do an operation, but I might as well talk the talk. I got a piece of high-speed steel here that I ground, and let's take a quick look at that. I'm not sure what that little nick on the top is supposed to be. Nowhere near where a chip breaker would go. What I need is a little dash right down here. But I don't have the capability to do that accurately. So we'll go with what I got here. So I'm going to set my 4-inch DRO. Let's try 10 thousandths. This is 12L14, and pretty friendly to this machine. Okay, everything's going the right directions. We're going to gain concentricity. My center hole is less than center. So I think that won't matter once I get this area here concentric. I'll probably be cutting off that center hole anyway, cutting it out. So we're at high-speed steel, so I guess my tachometer isn't working. Let's look into that. It's probably just magnet placement. I had trouble earlier with, let's try it here. I had trouble earlier, another magnet that I have inside the lid here came off and entangled itself in the gear train. Okay, let's see if we have tachometer now. And yes, we now have it. Okay. So we're 10 thousandths cut. I'm going to go 400 RPM. Get some oil on the situation. And I get my magnet off my brush. Get the oil off my fingers. I have this little oil can up here. I have a magnet down here holding it to my headstock. Doesn't vibrate off. And I just have a little acid brush. Then we'll engage the half nut. From the very beginning, I love the smell. Okay, this is 30 thousandths of an inch. That should bring me down to 600,000, give or take 2,000. Well, it's good practice for, hitting numbers and getting used to that kind of thing. So like I said, here we'll bring this back without withdrawing the tool and maintain my zeroness. Okay, so I was at 662 before I started here. I took 30 thousandths on the dial, and I'm at 601.5. So this is pretty accurate. Let's see what it is down here. 596, 601, 596, 600. Now that's all subjective. I'm holding this thing square. So let's just pick a number that I'm going to go with and get that squared up. Okay, that's 602. Well, I was at 662 and took 30 off. So 602, if we try to take 40 thousandths, it'll be 80. That'll give us 520. Am I going to try to do 40 thousandths? Do I have room? Let's try 40 thousandths. Let's crank it in and see if well, something's screwed up here. Let me reestablish my zero. Wait till I make a line. I got that mark there. Let's try on the other side. 180 degrees around. Well, I got a mark there too, so we're going to call that 0. Excuse me, and I said we're going to do 40 thousandths. Try 40 thousandths. I need to move this over. It's 20, 30. I think I got enough room to do 40. There's 40. Okay, now that should bring me down. That should take away 80. That should get me down to 520 then. So let's get this baby cranking around 500. And we get some oil on there. 4 1/4. That'll probably end up around 500, 492. Okay, we're going to try by hand here first, get it started. Yeah, I think we can. And that's a hot tip. I'm sorry. Oh, camera malfunction. Okay. Okay, let me get this camera mounted. Okay, I forgot to turn the camera on. I'm starting here. That's the result of pulling the tool back without bringing the tool back without pulling it out. So there's a little chatter there. So we'll do a spring pass on that cut. I'm using the auto feed on the compound. And we're a little over 500 RPMs. A little oil on there. Roughly 1.5 degrees in round numbers. I need to bring my compound back. Advance the carriage, get a little more length. That's a little bit too much. A bit too much. We'll try that. You gotta take small bites, and after I move the compound and everything, we need to kind of reassess things. I'm going to advance maybe 3 thousandths. Okay, I advanced it another 3,000. I'm not sure you're really understanding my power feed here. Okay, I did another 3,000. Okay, I'm gonna need to turn that down. I need to readjust my compound so I can get more length of cut. You need to really watch where you're at on your compound travel when you're using the auto feed, because you lose the feel of the dial. So we should be able to clean up all that chatter before it's over. I'll go back until this thing starts feeling loose. Yeah, I'm starting to loosen up there. A little movement's okay because it finds it takes that, let's call it space, the extra space it has. It finds that space and shoves it in one direction or against it in one direction, and it will usually hold the line. So now my goal now is just to try to start cleaning this up. Start taking very light cuts. Just takes a while. Now I got about this much more travel until this nut here, gib adjuster, gets to the edge here. That's when I'll stop the auto feed. I know I can get there by hand. Now it might be naive of me to think that I'm getting close to having this taper, but naivete has ruled the day before. So there's 591 on the small end of the Morse taper. That's pretty good. Drop it just a hair. There, it's perfect. Okay, this is going to be 3,000. I think right around here is the engagement. I know it's supposed to be engaging all over. Okay. I'm going to try just 1,000. You definitely need a variable speed. Oh, that's a horrible finish. You know, work on that. Okay, I'm going to hit this with some 400 and some 600. Clean it, then glue it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It's not jewelry. I believe this is 600. I'm definitely not doing a good job of finishing this. I probably should. It's just not that critical. Let's see how well I can do with the 600. If I can get it cleaned up with the 600, I'll follow up with the 1000. The water really speeds up the process. Yeah, I'm just growing impatient. I need to take my time and do this right. Take a little pride in what I'm doing. Maybe I should get some fresh 600. Mistakes I made earlier in the finishing was not utilizing, each grit. You want to get everything you can get with a 400 before you move on to a 600, and so on and so on. And I'm seeing a lot here that I probably not going to get out with the 600. Should have got out with the 400. I'll bring you back. Okay, that's it for this part. I've made better Morse tapers, but this will do the job. It's not like it's under a lot of strain. It's going to be turning these little tiny dies. So I'll probably go with it for as much as I use those dies. I think it'll be fine. Well, it is what it is. I guess next I'll get this chucked up and get it to the length and start these. Somebody just got a notification. Okay, guys. I'm not sure if this is the end of one segment or the beginning of another, but like and subscribe.